Hi and welcome to my first vlog. Not quite sure how this is going to go, but I decided to start now, otherwise I'll never get my ass in gear, so here it is. Today I'm going to be reviewing the last two episodes of both of Doctor Who and Game of Thrones, because I'm a little bit obsessed with both, so this weekend has been very good for me. So first I'm going to start off with Doctor Who, and even though I'm not any closer to theorising Clara's identity, I definitely think that she is an amazing companion so far, and I just want to praise her performance so far. She is definitely like quite a lot of the aspects of different companions that I like, so she's got all the flirtiness of Jack and River, and she can and she's not afraid to just get out there, and I just think she's going to be a great companion, even though we've only seen her in about 3 episodes so far. So I really think she's going to be a good companion. Whether she'll prove me right or not is a different matter, but we'll have to see. One thing that I'm really still confused about is the woman in the shop, because there's been a lot of theories going around about who it is, and I think there is equal, it could either be River or Rose or someone completely different, because River would know how to get the Doctor's attention because she's proved that many times, but also if it was Rose, it could be leading up to the 50th anniversary, and it's a possibility. We never know what Moffat's going to do. So one thing I already thought of was the fact that it could be Martha if she was undercover for Unit, because Unit turned up later on and Martha does have the Doctor's number, so that's also a possibility. But seeing as Martha hasn't been confirmed for the 50th anniversary, I don't know whether that will be applicable or not. But definitely with the Rose theory, there are quite a lot of parallels between this episode, The Bells of St. John, and The Idiot's Lantern, with all the capturing people into technology, and yeah. So I think that there's definitely a lot of parallels, especially with the motorbike and stuff, but it could be hinting towards a return for Rose. Yeah, and speaking of Rose's return, I am extremely excited for David Tennant and Billie Piper to come back, because they have been my favourites since I was little, and I think they've been. Yeah, I think that if David Tennant comes back, it's definitely going to be a 10-2 and Rose, because I don't think they're going to do another time crash, because I think they've done that a lot of times before, and none of the other Doctors have been confirmed to come back. So I don't think that they're going to do that, because if they had to bring David Tennant back, then they'd have to bring the others back if they're going to do a time crash, because it's the 50th anniversary and that would be ignoring a whole 50 years worth of Doctors. So I think that it's definitely going to be 10-2 and Rose, but I know I've got quite a lot of expectations for the 50th anniversary, but I just hope it's going to live up to it. But on to Game of Thrones. Well, it wasn't the fastest moving of episodes. I definitely enjoyed it. I think they've got Tywin's characterisation pretty much down from the books, because he is exactly how he acted in the books, and they've got the dialogue so close to what he said in The Storm of Swords. And I think that basically makes me feel a bit more sorry for Tyrion, because if Tywin wasn't such a horrible father to him, I think that I would really dislike Tyrion, even though Tyrion is the sort of character that everybody loves because he's so sassy and He's got the attitude going on, and I do like him for that, but the fact that he's a Lannister kind of puts me off because I've sworn my allegiance to House Stark, and I always will. So I think definitely Tyrion's going to be interesting this season because of what happens in A Storm of Swords, so I think it's definitely going to be interesting to see people's reactions to like his storyline this season. Definitely one thing that I didn't like about this episode was Rob's treatment of Cat, because Catelyn Stark is one of my favourites and I love her to pieces. And even though I love Rob a lot, I think his treatment of Cat was so different from what it was in the books, because he treated her like she was his mother instead of someone who's on his council. So he understood why Cat released Jaime. So he didn't lock her up, and he treated her with the respect that she deserves. Because Rob messed up. Rob completely went back on his word and refused to marry the Frey girl. So he's messed his life up, and even though he doesn't know it now, he's going to get himself into massive trouble. And basically, he's going to wish that he listened to his mother. So I think that Cat Stark deserves a lot more respect than she gets, because I love her so much. Anyway, I also love Sansa because all of the Stark women are my favourites, and her dialogue this episode, I think it just showed how bitter that she was already. Yeah, she has definitely lost her innocence from the girl that she was at the beginning of season 1, because she's watched her father die. She's had to go through a lot of abuse from Joffrey, and she is definitely not a little girl anymore. But she's still a little girl, because in the book she's only 13, and I definitely think that in the show she is older, which is better for the storyline that she's going to get this season. But it's still, in the books it shows that she's only a little girl, and she doesn't deserve what she gets at all. But she's bitter already, and I just want to give her a hug because I love her so much, even though she gets a lot of hate. Especially Roz, even though she's not a George R.R. Martin character, she is definitely one of the best additions to the series. Because she acts as the person that knows everything, and she basically explains it. And like how she asked Shay to keep an eye on Sansa, I love that, because Sansa does need looking out for. Even though she's not a little girl anymore, she still needs the protection, especially from Littlefinger, who is a lot of a creep, and I don't like him at all, because he's just creepy and gross. But definitely, I think the season is gonna be very interesting for all of the characters, and I just hope that they pull everything off perfectly, even though so far there's been some bits wrong, but you can't win everything. And I'm quite interested to see Jaime's storyline this season, and I know that there's going to be a lot of emotion, so yeah, I'm going to cry a lot. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Sorry it kind of rambled a bit, but if you like what you see and want to subscribe, just press the button, and I should be doing reviews of Doctor Who and Game of Thrones and whatever else I watch, like when a few days after they've been released. So if you like it, subscribe below, and I will see you next week maybe. So this is Kenny as a Panda, and bye!